JW is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 6 episode review video. But before I continue with that, it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead that you pay attention to the episode title. I'll always put the title in the episode description. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I suggest, and so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further to stay away from spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 6 episode number 12. Title of this episode is called Not Tomorrow Yet. This will be my review, reaction, recap of the episode. And keep in mind, it's an episode I've seen a bunch of times. Really good one, too. Reviewing it to have it reviewed on my channel, and reviewing it due to the fact that they announced that Season 11 of The Walking Dead, which we're 5 seasons behind right now, is going to be the last season of the main Walking Dead show. Not going to be the end of the Walking Dead story, though. Now, while in the woods, Carol kills a walker and then has to recompose her appearance before making and distributing acorn and beet cookies to the children and friends in Alexandria. She's shaken when Rick returns, saying they'll have to fight, and visits Sam, Cookie Monster Sam's grave. Morgan finds her and then asks her why they haven't talked since he fought her in the basement several weeks ago during the episode No Way Out. Turns out that Carol convinced Denise, Eugene, and Tara, as well as Rosita, to keep their mouths shut and keep quiet about the incident on the pretense of protecting Denise, though Carol seems less certain now about who it is she's protecting. And then Carol leaves a cookie on Sam's grave, troubled over who is going to die next. So Carol's obviously secretly distraught over all these people that are dying. Rick calls a meeting and lays out a deal with the Hilltop, explains how the Saviors nearly killed Sasha, Abraham, and Daryl, and it would be only a matter of time before they found Alexandria. Morgan proposes stating that their willingness to fight might be enough to stop the Saviors, but Rick disagrees and won't give up on the initiative, preferring to make a preemptive sneak attack against the Saviors and kill all of them. I don't know if that's the smartest idea. Sleepless that night, Carol opens up a diary, and which has a list of people she killed. We've got Ryan, Lizzie Amika's dad, Karen, David, Lizzie, approximately 7 at Terminus, and 7 wolves. She totals it to be 18 lives taken, and then circling the number as it weighs on her conscience. So Carol's having trouble dealing with this. We didn't know that, but Carol's having a hard time. And then she walks out smoking again and finds Tobin, which I don't really know why she went to Tobin. I guess they wanted to give him more to do. Tobin admits that Carol can do things that terrify him and says that she's still a mom, that she is, and that she has the strength that most people in Alexandria don't have. But she means something else to him, and then she kisses Tobin. So Carol and Tobin are apparently an item that we didn't know about. And then Maggie and Glenn are worried too, as the negotiator for the deal. Maggie feels that she has a moral initiative to see it through, and then she suggests she take a perimeter position, keeping watch. Abraham takes the opportunity of the trip to pack up and move out, leaving Rosita, saying that shit happens. She demands answers from Abraham, and then he admits that when they met, he thought she was the last woman on Earth, but she isn't. When Abraham walks out, Eugene is unable to console Rosita. Later, still fuming about the breakup, Rosita complains to Carol about it, and then to Carol about Morgan having the nerve to make waves at the meeting, but also agrees with Carol not to tell. And then we have Rick, Len, Maggie, and Daryl strategize with Andy, the Hilltop guy, on attacking the building they believe to be the Savior's stronghold. They plan to arrive at night on the ruse that they are delivering Gregory's head to gain admittance to the building, and seize the room they believe to be the armory. To facilitate the whole thing, Glenn and Heath kill some walkers looking for a stand-in for Gregory's head, and talk about having to kill another person for the first time. Rick, Jesus, and Andy pick among the 3 heads after, and Rick breaks the nose of one of them because Jesus said it didn't quite look like Gregory's nose. And Andy says that the Saviors are scary, but they've got nothing on Rick. So Rick is a savage. They arrive at this facility with 2 enormous radio dishes, satellites, and Andy plays his role, cowing to the 2 Savior guys as he brings the head and succeeds in fooling them. One of them is killed by Daryl when the second one returns with the hostage. Michonne kills him before he notices anything is out of the ordinary. And then operating in pairs, Rick and Daryl, Abraham and Sasha, Glenn and Heath, and Rosita and Aaron infiltrate the building with Michonne in reserve. They begin a systematic room-by-room search for the armory, murdering any Savior sleeping or any men as they are encountered. After committing his first human kill with Heath, Glenn finds a wall decorated with 20 Polaroids of brutal headshot wounds reminiscent of a serial killer's trophies. Interesting. And then outside you have Tara and Gabriel help take Andy and Craig away to a vehicle where they keep watch with Jesus. Tara asks Gabriel if he's still a priest, and he confesses that she lied to Denise and that she'd be involved in an attack on another human community before and didn't like it. Now, Gabriel and Jesus comfort her by saying that her love for Denise is the reason to fight. And that's true. And then while Sasha and Abraham are occupied by a locked door, a Savior walks in on them and slices Abraham with a knife. Sasha stabs him, but the man defiantly pulls the fire alarm. Carol and Maggie, keeping watch opposite Tara and Gabriel, hear the alarm, but Carol, who was angry about Maggie being on the raid and insisted on occupying her, blocks Maggie and tells her to stay out of the fight. Tara and Jesus, they send Andy to return Craig to Hilltop to keep their deal alive and make sure that the Hilltop isn't blamed for the attack. Jesus, however, dons his mask and goes in, claiming the Saviors won't see him. And then Rick uses suppressive fire from an assault rifle to kill 3 Saviors descending from a stairway. Aaron kills another and then is saved by Rosita. You have Tara and Gabriel gun down Saviors who attempt to flee the building. Gabriel stepping it up all of a sudden from this point on. And then through a series of rapid cuts, the action reaches a climax as the attackers try to find the Savior's army. Abraham busts down a locked door and discovers a small marijuana grow room. Aaron forces another door open and finds the supply closet. Glenn and Heath find the armory and pick up assault rifles to shoot full auto through the door as their pursuers are following them. They are shocked at the carnage they have caused, and a wounded Savior points a handgun at Glenn, but is killed by a timely arrival of Jesus, who just kind of snuck in there. Although the gun battle was at times intense, Rick's side suffered no casualties. And then when there's full daylight, Tara and Heath depart on a planned scavenger run. Footage of their saying goodbye is shown with Morgan back at Alexandria, busy welding bars together to make a detention cell, apparently. And then while trying to guess which one of the corpses might be Negan, Rick's group stop at the last Savior attempting to escape, or they stop the last Savior that was attempting to escape by motorcycle. Daryl, which had been stolen earlier. So this was Daryl's motorcycle, and Daryl knows that. And then Daryl is beating the man when a female voice comes over the Savior's walkie-talkie, ordering them to lower their weapons, saying that they have Carol and Maggie. And that is how the episode ends. Really intense episode, really exciting episode, in my opinion. As far as the score of the episode, I'm going to give it a 9.1 out of 10. And then the character of the episode, I mean, you got a lot of people to choose from. It's kind of difficult to pick a certain character in this particular one. So I'm just going to give it to the whole team. The whole Alexandria team, the people that went, Rick, Daryl, Carol, Carol and Maggie didn't do as much, but Rick and Daryl and Michonne and Glenn and Heath and Gabriel and Rosita and Abraham and Sasha, they all did a lot in this episode, and it's kind of hard to pick one. You know what? Actually, let's do it this way. I'm going to give it to Jesus because he was kind of the brains behind getting this thing organized. I know I said I was going to give it to the whole group, but I'm going to give it to Jesus. He deserves it, and I hope you guys liked my review of the episode. It was a good episode. It's a very underrated episode. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. If they make a top 10 list, this usually doesn't make it. It should be close if it doesn't make it, and I haven't heard that much. So you've heard what I have to say, but now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you like No Tomorrow Yet, or Not Tomorrow Yet, and you enjoy this series, smash the like button. If anybody you know would be interested in this, share the video with them. Leave a comment with your thoughts. You can score the episode. You can talk about your favorite moment, favorite character. You can talk about your favorite episodes of The Walking Dead, your least favorite, your favorite characters, least favorite, whatever you want to talk about. Comment section, that's where it goes. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.